Is Trump eyeing prized Kharg Island near Iran coast? Strategic hub controlling vast oil export wealth vital to national economy. In potential ground invasion, are US troops going to target Iran's economic jugular, bypassing missile sites for assets? Trump prioritizes seizing control of Iran's primary moneymaker over conventional military targets in escalation strategy. Is Kharg Island, housing key oil terminals channeling 90% of Iran's exports, prime target for US seizure operations? Despite soldiers already captured, IRGC lies in wait. Yet Trump remains committed to invasion plans for island dominance.
And we are prepared for any other eventuality, even, a ground invasion.
Donald Trump has reportedly explored a limited boots-on-the-ground approach inside Iran, opting for precision rather than broad occupation, according to NBC News Insights. Several US officials confided to NBC that Trump demonstrated keen interest in committing a restricted contingent of specialized troops for high-priority tasks. These deliberations centered not on outright invasion, but on deploying elite special units to execute well-defined strategic missions against key targets. Trump's reported framework encompasses safeguarding Iran's uranium reserves while forging cooperation on its substantial oil production capabilities. Analysts informed The Washington Post that Kharg Island, a pivotal oil terminal off Iran's southern coast, could emerge as a central objective for leverage. Approximately 90% of Iran's oil exports channel through this island's advanced facilities and expansive storage infrastructure, sustaining economic vitality. Securing the island would afford Washington commanding influence over Iran's foremost economic resource, pressuring Tehran's fiscal resilience. Experts assess that severing this primary revenue conduit would impair Tehran's capacity to sustain prolonged military operations effectively. Beyond Kharg, reports indicate plans for US Delta Force insertion into Iranian territory to retrieve enriched uranium from fortified nuclear sites. The elite, secretive Delta Force would infiltrate to extract the material, navigating Iran's layered defenses with utmost operational secrecy. Alternatively, the US might embed nuclear specialists on site to dilute the uranium harmlessly, averting escalation while neutralizing threats. This phase would unfold later in the conflict, post-initial softening by airstrikes, as outlined in Axios reporting on contingency preparations. Yet such incursions would expose US personnel to Iran's accurate munitions envelope, inviting potent and prepared countermeasures. Recall, Iran's senior diplomat has boldly challenged Trump to dispatch forces on shore, exuding confidence in the nation's formidable defenses.
Don't you need ground troops to secure the enriched uranium at the nuclear sites?
To find out about that, we haven't talked about it, but it was a total obliteration. They haven't been able to get to it. And at some point, maybe we will.
So you can see, the quality of our missiles, how much they are upgraded after the last war, because we learned lots of lessons. And we are prepared for any other eventuality, even, a ground invasion.
This unfolds as Iran's Ali Larijani leveled a pointed accusation concerning detained US military personnel, probing transparency. On March 8, Iran's security chief asserted credible intelligence revealed several US troops captured during recent ground-level engagements. Larijani charged the US with concealing beyond the 6 soldier fatalities, forecasting public acknowledgement of these prisoner cases. Should confirmed, such captures would heighten conflict intensity and obstruct truce pathways, strengthening Iran's strategic position. A CENTCOM spokesperson categorically denied any Iranian custody of US soldiers, swiftly rebutting via Al Jazeera amid the dispute. Tim Hawkins said, and I quote, "The Iranian regime is doing everything it can to peddle lies and deceive. This is yet another clear example." Unquote. At minimum, 6 US Armed Forces members have perished since hostilities commenced on February 28, per official tallies. Iran counters that US losses exceed 500 troops in the conflict ignited on that date, citing field intelligence and assessments. Meanwhile, Tasnim reports estimate 1,332 fatalities in Iran since last week, predominantly civilians amid targeted aggressions. This toll encompasses over 100 children lost in a devastating strike on a school in Iran's Minab region, evoking widespread grief. Despite 8 days of warfare, both US and Iran have rejected truce proposals, with Tehran upholding resolute defense against impositions.
Hello, everybody. It's a very sad day, and glad we paid our respects. It's a tough situation. Great people, great parents, wives, family, and a beautiful ceremony. I guess you got to see that, at least partially. Any questions?
President Trump, did what you just witnessed make you think differently about going ahead with this war or even putting troops on the ground in the Middle East?
We're winning the war by a lot. We've decimated their whole evil empire. It'll continue, I'm sure, for a little while. But very proud of the people, the parents. The parents were so proud of their boy, as they call him, my boy. In case the young lady, the parents are so proud. Many of them are military parents, as you know. So but it's always a very sad thing. The war itself is going unbelievably. It's as good as it can be. We have Pete here, Pete, and you have Steve Witkoff here. We have some additional questions.
You're 1 week in now, sir. You're 1 week in at this point. How long, as of now, do you expect?
Well, I think we've accomplished more in 1 week than anyone thought possible. We've wiped out their Navy, 44 ships. We've wiped out their Air Force, every plane. We've wiped out most of their missiles. You see, the missiles aren't coming much anymore. We've also hit their manufacturing areas where they make the missiles very hard. Their drone capacity is way down. And we've hurt them where it hurts, including about every form of leadership you can have. We've wiped out.
You still expect up to 6 weeks total?
I don't know. I never reject that, whatever it takes. But the military is almost non-existent, if you look. We could hit the military itself very hard, but maybe we will, maybe we won't. We haven't made that determination.
What do you think about gas prices? Gas prices right now? Are you worried about gas prices right now?
No. This is a short excursion into something that should have been done for 47 years. 47 years it's taken to do this, and no president had the guts to do it.
And you're worried you're going to end up coming back to Dover for more of these such dignified transfers?
I'm sure I hate to do it, but it's a part of war, isn't it? Who are you with?
At Washington Post.
When you say it's a part of war?
The deaths are part of war, yeah.
Yeah, it's part of war. It's a sad part of war. It's the bad part of war.
Mr. President, did the United States bomb a girls' elementary school in southern Iran on the first day of the war and kill 175 people?
In my opinion, based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran.
Is that true, Mr. Hegseth? It was Iran who did that?
We're certainly investigating.
Still investigating.
But the only side that targets civilians is Iran.
We think it was done. We think it was done by Iran.
Can you give us an
Because
idea
they're
of
very inaccurate, as you know, with their munitions. They have no accuracy whatsoever. It was done by Iran.
Can you give us an idea of what unconditional surrender looks like to you? I mean, what do you want from Iran?
I said unconditional, not conditional. I said unconditional. It's where they cry uncle, or when they can't fight any longer and there's nobody around to cry uncle. That could happen too, because we've wiped out their leadership numerous times already. So it's if they surrender, or if there is nobody around to surrender, but they're rendered useless in terms of military.
Our leaders are united on this issue and have no disagreements with one another. We have no divisions among ourselves in fighting Israel and the United States. Trump does not understand that Iranians may have differences among themselves, but they are still Iranian, and they stand with Iran. The idea of breaking Iran apart will not gain their cooperation. And besides that, they have seen your history of interventions in the region. Trump says he should interfere in choosing Iran's next leader. Well, that shows he is a very backward, ignorant person. He assassinated our leader. We will not let him, Trump, go. Every day, frequently, hundreds of missiles are hitting them. So where are they coming from? They have the wrong understanding. Thankfully, our missile stockpiles are fully intact and are continuing operations, and it is being carried out very carefully. The strikes carried out by the Islamic Republic will continue. We will not let them go. They should not think that we will allow the Americans to quickly bring this matter to an end and say, we struck them, Now let's wrap it up. This can only be wrapped up when they understand that they no longer have the right to attack Iran, and when they compensate the Iranian nation for the damages. This disgraceful act they have created on the international stage carries a heavy cost. They assassinated the leader of Iran. The price for it will not be small. But the nature of war itself creates insecurity. It naturally causes disruptions to air traffic and to maritime traffic. We have not closed the Strait of Hormuz. It has effectively been closed by the situation itself. No one can pass through because there is continuous fighting there. Even we have told our friends in Europe that if you get involved in the war, we will be forced to confront you as well. They know this. We have no desire to expand the war. But if they themselves intervene, we will have no choice but to respond. Our Leadership Council has announced that the necessary arrangements should be made by the security forces so that the Assembly of Experts can convene under appropriate conditions and make its selection for the next supreme leader.